Welcome back to another episode of Nourish and Flourish. Nourish and Flourish. Vibes, 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 vibes. Y'all, it is the number one mukbang on the planet for healthy eating and healthy living, baby. I have with me today, as you can see in the middle of my bowl, falafel balls. Yes, made from pumpkin seeds, y'all. Pumpkin seeds, they are absolute amazing source for magnesium. All right, absolute, very, very good source of magnesium. And raw salads help you with your fiber. I got some avocado in here on this side, which is also a really, really good healthy fat. All right, healthy fat. The greens, also a good source of iron. I got some cucumbers in there. Great, great for hydration. I actually had some cucumber, pineapple, ginger juice this week. Got some olives, have some tomatoes, and I had a hemp seed dressing. This is brought to you by Recipe O Cliff, y'all. Recipe O Cliff. So it's a falafel ball salad. That's what I got, a falafel ball salad. And for dessert, I got the raw cheesecake. Got it out the freezer. Totally, absolutely delicioso with some mango. Mm. So, it's your Healthy Habits and Lifestyle Coach, Joe Bonnie. And I help those with endometriosis and polycystic ovarian syndrome reduce chronic pain, eliminate stress, and minimize irregular or heavy periods. Thanks for coming and vibing with me, y'all, as I sit down and eat my falafel ball salad made from pumpkin seeds. You also know what's good with pumpkin seeds, or why pumpkin seeds are beneficial. They can really help with prostate health. Last episode of the Empowered Plates, Empowered Lives podcast that dropped last week on your favorite podcast distribution platform, Empowered Plates, Empowered Lives. I'll talk to Dr. Wright with We Can Win, a nonprofit organization that is really trying to eliminate the disparity of prostate cancer in the Black community. He's also advocating for health equity, which a lot of people are when it comes to the African American community, the Black community. He has a symposium coming up on May 18th in Dallas, Texas, here in Cedar Hill, I believe. If you go to that episode, you will be able to see all of the information, the event page for that. Prostate health is something that we don't talk enough about. And these pumpkin seed falafel balls is great for men and their prostate. So just want to shout you out for that. And for those of you with polycystic ovarian syndrome, endometriosis, it is very, very, very important for us to get in sources of magnesium, which the falafel balls are high in. Hemp seeds, a good source of protein, as well as the pumpkin seeds. So as I get into this food, after I already told you the benefits of what I'm eating, and it's so, so good. Shout out to Miss T at Recipe Oak Cliff. Y'all, this, no, if you can see it, that's good. This weekend on Saturday, there was a community, a market fair. And at this community market fair, it was sponsored by or hosted by RNS Naturals. I didn't get a chance to interview them, do a quick mukbang mini interview with them. But I did interview a lot of other people at the community market fair while also eating some more of Recipe Oak Cliff's delicious raw eats in the streets. As of today, y'all, this is day 51 of raw foods for me. Day 51 of raw foods for me. And I have absolutely been loving it. Absolutely loving it. Finding new dishes that I never thought I would like, enjoying them. trying new things at home. Today I got some mixed nuts. I think it was walnuts and pecans in my lettuce wraps, which were very, very good. Very good.
Hello there.
Oh my goodness. And so I added my cashew sauce to those lettuce wraps today. Absolutely delicious. I had a coworker come in talking about some thyroid issues that she's been experiencing. And also telling me that her daughter has PCOS. And so she was talking about nuts. And she was like, I eat nuts all the time. So I went in my refrigerator, scooped out a little bit of my cashew sauce. And she was like, what is it? I was like, just try it. She tried. She was like, oh, this is good. I was like, yeah. That's how I like to eat my cashews. So day 51, y'all, of this raw journey. And I'm transforming regular items that you might find mundane as a part of your dietary lifestyle into things that could be really, really good. Like these falafel balls made of pumpkin seeds. And my mom showed y'all the brand we absolutely love, Go Raw. They have sprouted pumpkin seeds, sunflower seeds. We like their clusters as a dessert option. And just because I don't want y'all to think I'm making it up, I got to let other people outside the house try it and taste it too, so you know about it. So the first interview I did,
Thank you. I'm a tad bit tardy for the mukbang.
Welcome on. What you having?
I am having a protein shake. Oh, I should have brought the bag. Just Move protein powder, my favorite.
So it's called Just Move Supplements. I always have the link on that document in the description that says if you're looking for products, books, all that. So Just Move Supplements link is always on that document, that Google Doc. I just wanted to try to make it quick and easy for y'all to access it. But Just Move Supplements is Black owned, woman owned. It's a really good protein supplement. It looks like my mom is showing you the chocolate cake flavor.
My favorite. And one scoop of it was about 30 servings in the container. One scoop has 20 grams of protein, and it only has 3.6 grams of carbs. Let me check the sugar out. Total sugar is less than 1 gram. So lots of great things in here. This is going to be my dinner. Turn this around so you all can see that, if you can see it.
There she go. What's her name?
And I have a little blender that I got from Walmart. This is like a little personal blender. I used to have a personal blender that you pop the top off and drink out of it, but this one stays all in one. You charge it, and then when you're ready to use it, you turn the power on. I didn't think I liked it, but you know, the more I use it, I'm starting to like it. You can take it with you in the car or whatever. Once it's solid there, you know it's ready to go. Once we finish, all you do is pop the top and it's ready to drink. So this is my dinner tonight. I'm not really hungry. But I figured I'd get me some more protein in.
So just move. I'm going to try it out.
Delicious.
Go for it. I definitely used to enjoy it when I was getting in protein shakes. Now I've just been adding sprouted oats into my smoothies. With some flax seeds, coconut milk, cinnamon,
Don't forget the
fruits.
cinnamon.
Right. Cinnamon is really good for those with PCOS as well. Helps with the way the sugar is balanced in the body.
What did we talk about last week, medical wise? So y'all, last week I went to see my primary care physician. I think I told you all I had my annual labs drawn, and I had a follow-up visit with him to discuss my labs. My A1C actually went up 0.2 points. So I was like, okay, so anytime I go to my doctor, I always have a list of questions for him, a list of things I want to discuss. I think we talked about that before. But whenever you're going to have an appointment, make sure you take a list of questions or a list of topics you want to discuss. So that was one of my topics. I'm like, I'm eating clean, I'm exercising, and I want to know what fruits or vegetables or what foods are sending my blood sugar up that I'm not aware of because I'm not diabetic. And I know that different fruits, different vegetables, different foods affects everyone differently because we're all individuals. So it doesn't matter what affects Giovanni and how it affects her. It may affect me differently, even though she's my child and we have the exact same blood type. So I was like, so on my list, I said, the first thing I want to discuss is how can I continuously measure my blood sugar? Because every time I've had it taken, whenever I've gone to a doctor's appointment, anything, it's always normal. When we have screenings, it's always normal. So I said, how can I measure it? Or do you have a device that I can get to measure my blood sugar continuously so I can see as I eat different things how it affects my blood sugar? And he looked at me. He was like, I can't believe you just asked me that. And I was like, why? He said, we have a sample continuous blood sugar monitor. And the staff and I was just discussing, who can we give this to try it out, to see how they like it. And here you come in asking for one. So hold on 1 minute and let me go get it because you're the one who's going to get it. I'm like, yes. So he went and got it. Jade put this on me. Is it still there? Yeah. Jade put this on me Sunday. Cleaned my arm and stuck this on me Sunday. And I've been monitoring my blood sugar continuously. And I haven't
Really
had
couldn't
any
see it
spikes.
because of the glare.
But I can't
The
see
sun.
it. Let's see.
I didn't see it. There you go.
Can you all see it right there?
Mm-hmm.
So there's an app on your phone. So this is not the one where every time you want to check your blood sugar, you have to put your phone up to read it. No, it's continuously monitored on the app. And let me make y'all laugh. So Sunday night, it woke me up about 1 or 2 o'clock in the morning, beeping. I was like, what in the world is that? My blood sugar dropped below 70. So the lower limit set on here is 70, and the upper limits is 150. So last night again, about 2 o'clock this morning, it went off again. I was 69 again. So I was like, oh my gosh. But I haven't tried, a whole bunch of different fruits, but I've been eating different foods that I usually like to eat just to see how it affects my blood sugar. Nothing's really spiked it really high. So that's just to say, whenever you have an appointment or whenever you have your annual visit, don't just call them on the phone and say, oh, this, and this. Schedule a follow-up appointment. When you schedule that follow-up appointment, you should have already reviewed your labs. You should have already had a list of things that you want to discuss that's going on with you. And then ask them, what does he think? Or what does she think? And what can we do to verify what our thoughts are? Because I'm the kind of person, I want to see some results. Let me see. I'm feeling this, I'm feeling this, I'm feeling this. Let's do.
And what if it's somebody who doesn't really understand how to understand their labs? What's the next step? How do they get better support if they don't know how to understand the labs that were done for them?
Well, every time you review your labs, it should have the normal range of the labs on the lab report itself. So when it shows, it'll show you either your lab is high, low, or there's nothing there, which means it's normal. So whatever that range is, you can, some people like to Google, to see why this is high or why this is low, but just make you a note to discuss that with your physician. So he can or she can answer that question for you. A lot of times you can also look at different foods that can help. Everything doesn't require medication. I am not that person that goes in the doctor's office expecting to come out with a pill for something. Not what I'm there for. When I talked about my A1C going up, I wasn't asking about, a shot. I wasn't asking about a pill. I said, I want to see which foods spikes my blood sugar so I can avoid those foods or make sure I only have them in moderation. I don't eat a lot of sweets. I think the last time we had sweets was when, Jerome? Probably Christmas time.
What are the Go Raw clusters?
Those aren't sweets. I'm talking real sugar.
I don't eat real sugar anymore.
I know. So I think I had like a slice of pie in South Carolina.
You haven't had any cake or anything recently?
I think pie in South Carolina for the holidays. I think I had some pie, coconut pie for holidays. But as far as sweets, we don't buy sweets like that.
Good job. That's good.
Valentine's Day, we don't eat like chocolate this and chocolate that.
I bought her strawberries, cacao covered strawberries that are probably still in the freezer, along with a raw cheesecake, which was still in the freezer until she ate one of mine when I had it. And then all of a sudden she wanted it. And she had that for Valentine's Day. But keep telling your story.
These shakes will help with the sweet. If you have, a sweet tooth or something, you can actually make you a shake for dessert. That way you're getting protein, plus you feel like you're getting some sweets. You can add some fruit to it or whatever you want to add to it. And this wasn't even part of the mukbang tonight. It's not like we sat here and planned it. Y'all seeing exactly what we do on a daily basis. We don't sit there and plan and say, ooh, let's talk about this. Let's talk about this. Let's talk about it's whatever we're doing. We talk about it. We share it with you.
So I'm glad my mom said
wait a minute, let me say this one
about sugar cravings when she talked about sugar cravings as a substitute.
Hold on a second. I just want to go back and say everything that we're sharing with you is what we do. This is not medical advice. This is just letting you know how different things affect us and how we go about our daily lives and how we approach when we have our lab tests. So now you can go ahead.
People with polycystic ovary syndrome have a lot of sugar cravings as well. So it's making sure you find the right fruits. A lot of times it's berries that aren't as high. They're more of a low glycemic index fruit option for you. So taking the berries, maybe like the strawberries, and blending it with the chocolate cake protein would be an absolutely enjoyable dessert alternative for your sugar cravings.
Can you see this? Can y'all see that? I think I'm at a 78 blood sugar right now. And I'm going to put a little note in here. I have a little note option that I'm drinking a protein shake. Go ahead, Joanna. I didn't mean to interrupt you.
It's very important that you have an open mind and you embrace healthy habits and lifestyle changes. And you take it one decision at a time. Why? Because you should never be in a quick fix situation. Quick fixes aren't going to provide you the best lifestyle that you could live and that you absolutely deserve. You want to do things that you feel like you can do consistently over a period of time. You want to make sure you find things that you absolutely like and enjoy. Because if you don't like it and you don't enjoy it, you're not going to do it. So most of the time, a lot of quick fixes are just stuff you're doing right now to get an immediate result so you can get some type of gratification. I saw one of a members in one of my Facebook groups, and she said her journey started as a quick fix. She saw progress over the 60 days, but it wasn't enough. But she's grateful that she's on the journey because she wants to keep doing it. And I think that's what matters most, is that you're seeing results, you're feeling better, and you're doing it. A lot of times you look for other things and other people to give you the things that you want for your life and for your body. But it's very important that you connect yourself, your mind and body connection, and you do the things that you feel like are best for you. And it can be frustrating at times and it can be overwhelming at the beginning, but it's taking it one habit at a time, one step at a time, one meal at a time. Every meal we tried, we weren't good at it. The first time we tried cheese sauce that we saw these people make, it was absolutely disgusting. And we just kept putting things into it. Now, I've been consistent with the cheese sauce turning out good every single time we do the cashews. And we don't even use nutritional yeast. Like we've simplified the ingredients and we make sure we find staples that we like and we enjoy and we're able to continue to do it. And so you have to be open to trying different things. Because you could make this thing a lifestyle if you really wanted it, because you should have a lifestyle that feels good for you, that tastes good for you, that has good experiences in it.
Can you lift your camera up a little bit?
Mm-hmm.
It's chopping your head off. There you go. And pull it toward you a little bit, I think.
I just want them to be able to see the food.
Mm-hmm. And another thing Giovanni was saying.
Raw cheesecake dessert. Some
people, make these changes to lose weight. And they're saying, I want to lose 40 pounds in 2 months. It's like, it took longer than 2 months to put on that 40 pounds. Let's be realistic and give yourself some grace. Think of it as a healthy way to lose, a healthy weight to lose. Maybe 1 to 2 pounds a week, probably. I don't know. You have to see what's good for you and how your body responds to different things. Definitely May is movement month for me. April, we were raw, and I didn't go to the gym as much as I usually do. I usually go to the gym at least 3 to 4 times a week minimum. And I did not do that in April. I don't know why. I was so focused on the raw. I didn't go get my exercise. I didn't walk like I needed to or like I usually do. So I made a point to make May all about movement for me. I found this HIIT routine that I was doing, and I get bored doing one thing in one place and not moving, kind of like the elliptical or the arc trainer. I used to stay on that thing for 2 hours. But then it's like, I'm not going anywhere. I'm doing all this moving and I'm staying in the same place. Same thing with the treadmill. Giovanni used to do the treadmill. I'm like, Giovanni, how are you walking all those miles on the treadmill? You're not going anywhere. So I like walking outside. I like moving outside. So I found this HIIT routine. I started doing it on the back porch and I was like, I'm just standing in this one place. I started going around the whole backyard doing the exercises just to get moving and get out of that one spot that I was moving. First day, I struggled. Oh my gosh. I did high knees, glute kicks, inside foot touch, and jumping jacks. Almost took me out. Tuesday, I was so sore. Wednesday, I was sore. I got back on that thing. Today, it was a lot easier, and it's only been a week. So challenge yourself to do something. Don't make it too hard. I do it all low impact. I'm not doing it all high impact like I used to. I'm starting out slow, getting back into my movement and doing something different, which is the HIIT exercises.
That's good, Mom. I'm glad. I'm glad you're enjoying it. The episode that drops tomorrow with Dage, you're going to hear me talk about my mom liking to switch things up. And how I like to just keep things consistent. A lot of change for me is like, I don't know, even when it comes to walking. So you're going to hear that in that episode. So make sure that if you haven't already, you subscribe to the channel, hit that notification bell so you never miss any episode or any video we drop or when we go live. So make sure you are subscribed to the 4 Vibrations YouTube channel, and that you are following the Empowered Plates, Empowered Lives podcast on all of your favorite podcast distribution platforms. Check out an episode or 2 or 3, but don't forget to rate and support the podcast.
Someone did ask, how do they see the mukbang information? How do they get the link for the mukbang?
We just told you. Go to 4 Vibrations YouTube. Click the notification bell so you always know when we go live, because we live right now.
I guess I need to post it on my Facebook page.
You can. Or you can also go to 4 Vibrations on Facebook and share 4 Vibrations. The post that shows our face on our thumbnail that says we're going to be going live as if it's an event.
Yeah.
So make sure you tell them to be following the Forward Vibrations page on Facebook so they know we're going live.
Need to do that.
We got somebody that said, "Hey y'all." Hey y'all. And then they say, "Loving the May movement."
Oh my gosh. And I do it in, what's it called? Hyperlapse.
And if you thought my yoga and hyperlapse was funny, wait till you see her on the back patio.
It is too funny.
But we moving. And if you ain't got receipts, then it might not be true. So we're giving y'all that social proof when we're posting, as well as the social proof of us eating this food. I have been slowed down on my raw posting again. It's day 51 for me. I think I stopped at day 30 or 31. So I still got some more documentation for you. I'm also doing, I'm putting all the videos in a folder, in a Google Drive folder. So I can link that to maybe like into like an ebook or something. So you can go ahead and kind of see all of this all in one place. So you're not all over the page trying to find it. But I really appreciate y'all being on the journey with me and providing me with that type of support. Today, me and Spencer broke the seal and we got 2.20 miles in walking, and it felt good. I think we both felt good out there getting it in. We saw some people that we normally see, and they were happy to see us back out there, saying they felt like they ain't seen us all year.
Oh my God.
But what we talked about earlier with my mom and her videos.
Talking about my hyperlapse.
Yes. But before she talked about that, she was talking about going to the doctor and getting the information from the doctor and then making informed decisions. Spencer went to the doctor yesterday, y'all, and he clocked in at 91 pounds. I got Spencer at 77 pounds.
Spencer was 80 pounds.
He was okay.
He was 80 because I remember
Spencer's 91 pounds, and they said he needs to be between 70 and 75. So even your animals, your loved ones, the healthy weight management, get out there and just move. But make sure you're enjoying the movement that you're doing.
Spencer's going to cut out those afternoon snacks in that snuff mat, because that's almost a whole nother meal probably. Spencer, you got out there and exercised today. My neighbor across the street, Miss Lisa, she said, we need to get to walking again. We need to get to walking again. And it is, there is some daylight at 6, probably about 6:15 now, 6:20. So in the morning. So we're going to have to get back out there and get to walking again.
So it felt good to get out there. It felt good to walk. The meals are feeling good. It's feeling good that people are seeing what we're doing and are getting interested. They're asking for insight and they're starting to take action. And
I was looking to see, is that mango?
It is mango.
That's cute. Did you put the chocolate sauce on yours this time?
I did not ask for chocolate sauce.
Oh my gosh. Well, let me. That cheesecake is phenomenal. I am no longer raw. If you all are wondering, last Monday I was starting to, certain things I had to do for my colonoscopy. I had my routine colonoscopy last Thursday. So I could not have raw vegetables starting as of last Monday. So I am no longer raw. I started eating different foods to see how they affect my blood sugar since I have this monitor on for 2 weeks. And just wanted to see, you know, certain things that I used to like to eat all the time. I wanted to try them to see if they spike my blood sugar up, so I know what I need to avoid or what I need to really do in moderation, like hardly ever. And so I've been doing that. So it's been going pretty good, though.
And so the beautiful part about my mom tracking to just see about her A1C, because that's the result she got at the doctor's office, it's really important that you start keeping a food diary. And you just start writing down what you ate and how it made you feel. And so if you ate something and you felt like you got heartburn or acid reflux or something, write down what you ate. Mm-hmm. So then you can start figuring out what's going on with your body, how your body's responding to certain foods. because your body changes over time. Some things you used to be able to tolerate one season of your life might not be what you still can tolerate now. Allergies change. Some things you weren't allergic to before, now your body's starting to react to it in a different way. So the goal is for you to pay more attention to yourself, learn more about you while you're loving on you. So you're learning more about you while you're loving on you. And that's all it is. When it comes to us eating the way we're eating, being mindful of moving our bodies, we're appreciating the fact that we have a body that we can move. When we're eating the way we're eating, we're appreciating the fact that we have foods that are effective with functional nutrition. You heard us say we're not ones that are prone to go the medication route. We're not saying that medication is bad. In our journey, we would like to take a holistic approach and see what foods and what lifestyle changes we can make to better support our own health status. And so do what you feel is best, but we're here just to show you what we're doing and how we're feeling and how we're living.
And our goal is to love foods that love us back.
And have good food experiences and not just be bland, the regular same type of foods over and over because we heard it was good.
You're raw.
And then some people raw salads don't sit well with them anymore. And so you might have to find a different way of getting in those good sources of minerals and getting in your nutrients, your vitamins, your minerals, your proteins, your healthy fats, all of that. And as someone with polycystic ovary syndrome, what's been beneficial has really been more of a low carb type of lifestyle and not really heavy on the carbs and doing carbs in moderation. So keep that food diary. If you don't have something like what my mom has to track and monitor your sugar levels and different things, keep that food diary. You track you. You remember what you got going on and be able to identify what's working for you and what's not working for you. So then that way you can take that to your doctor as an informed patient. Advocate for yourself, advocate for what it is that you want, get more education and do the things that you need to do for you.
And know your family history. Start asking your parents, your aunts, your uncles, your cousins. Get more information about your family history so you have some knowledge of that. Because I know my grandmother was diabetic. My brother is diabetic, and just know your family history so you know things to look out for.
Diabetes, thyroid, high blood pressure, heart disease. We have stroke, massive heart attacks.
National Stroke Month this month. Know the signs and symptoms of a stroke. Know how to respond when there's someone who has signs and symptoms of a stroke. What are some signs and symptoms of a stroke, you ask? I'm glad you asked that question. We used to call it FAST. Okay. Face, look at the face, see if the face is drooping. One side is drooping. Arms, ask them to hold their arms out. If one arm is kind of drifting, that's a kind of a sign, especially if it's on the same side as the droop. Smile or speech, have them smile. If they can't get this side up when they're smiling, that's another droop. And time. When did all of the symptoms start? You need to start the time, because once you call 911 to get them to the hospital immediately, they need to know how much time they have in order to get the clot busters on in case it's a clot. But they just need to know when the time started so they can, approach the assessment appropriately.
Knowing your family history is definitely important. And if you don't talk about it, you won't know about it. And a lot of times people aren't talking about it. So you're going to have to ask. And that's the beauty of it. And we just have to figure out a way to really start talking about health issues in our family so we do know more about it. And if we know more about it, then we can do more to prevent the onset of things that we know kind of run in our family. But most of the time it's the habits that run in our family that causes us to have the health issues that we have. So if we can start changing our habits, we can start changing the trajectory of our vitality. Ooh.
I like that word.
Ooh. But also, thanks, Ma, for sharing the stroke. If you didn't, already catch that episode, go catch out the episode with Miss C, who experienced a stroke, as well as someone who has endometriosis, and she tells her story very visually and very, I mean, it's a really good story to listen to. And I'm just so happy that she was able to overcome and make the changes, and having people that responded and was around to help her, because it was just her and her baby in the house at the beginning, before she was able to kind of crawl to the door to get help.
She was when that happened?
So check out the episode.
Strokes don't just affect older people.
They don't at all.
Y'all to know that. I didn't know this, but you all know that I'm learning to build houses. So I'm building my first house right now. When I finish, I'll have a total of 3 builds under my belt. But the gentleman builder, R. Dyson Colley, he was talking the other day at one of our pop-ups, and he said he had a stroke at 37 years old.
That's my age.
A stroke at 37. I never knew that. So now when I see him this week, I'm going to be asking more questions. What happened? Was it a hemorrhagic stroke? Was it, an occlusive stroke? What happened?
What type of stress, if anything, was he under at that particular point in time? What was going on in his life that he might have? And that would be interesting too, because a lot of times people don't realize how stress affects your body, your health. It just, like, stress just really has a way of showing up that you in a surprise. Like, stress can be a surprise. You're not surprised that you're stressed out, but the way stress shows up in your body can be an absolute surprise, and it could definitely be life-changing. And I don't mean that in a good way. So making sure that you are doing everything you can to minimize stress, eliminate stress and your stressors, as well as processing the trauma in your life. Again, we talk a little bit about trauma in the episode that drops tomorrow on the Empowered Plates, Empowered Lives podcast. But just make sure that you're mindful of yourself. And when something or someone or a situation doesn't feel good, you do what you need to do to advocate for yourself, to separate yourself from that stressor or trigger, to best manage your stress in your body. So I think that's and then there was somebody I met at the market fair at Recipe Oak Cliff who had a heart attack, and he's only like 30. Or 32, and he's had a heart attack already. And so I'm excited to see if he's willing to get on the podcast to kind of talk a little bit about his experience, because where did I meet him? At Recipe Oak Cliff. And where a lot of people at Recipe Oak Cliff, they're people who have been changing their habits. They're not all plant-based. Some of them are raw, some of them are plant-based, some of them just like to come and eat good food that they know is good for them, because they're trying to reverse symptoms of health issues or health conditions that they have experienced with or experiences with. And so there I've been learning a lot from people and their journeys, and you'll see some of those interviews here under this playlist for the Nourish and Flourish, because of course I was out there eating while I was talking and getting to know vendors and what they're doing in the community as well. So look out for those many interviews from the community market fair here in Dallas that was at Recipe Oak Cliff, but hosted by the RNS Naturals wellness brand. But yeah, it's really a lot going on out here, y'all. So just take it one step at a time, one decision at a time, one meal at a time,
and know
one
yourself,
movement at a time.
Yeah, know your body.
Get to know your body, because that takes time too, and be patient with yourself and have grace as you get to know your body, because a lot of times people with endometriosis and polycystic ovarian syndrome, we're upset and mad at our body because it's not doing the things that we wanted it to do or expected it to do. A lot of us are struggling to have kids. That fertility issue is real, but there are things that you can do to boost your chances of being able to still have your own child. So just don't get so upset at your body because it's not doing the things that you want it to do, because that type of emotion and energy inside of your body about your body doesn't help your body and you connect, get in a line, and be able to move in a direction that both of y'all would love, because you deserve to have a body that loves you back, but you have to first love it. Go ahead, Mom.
Someone came across my feed on Facebook today. A young man, he's 40 years old. He's suffering from heart failure, and he's on the heart transplant list. So he lives in Houston. So I reached out to him via Messenger, sent him a private message, and I wanted to ask him, well, I did ask him, how many transplant lists are you on for heart transplant? Because he said he looks very fit. He's still exercising. And I wanted to know, have you looked at other transplant centers? Yeah, and for you all that don't know, if you know anyone who is needing a transplant, whether it's kidney, liver, heart, lung, whatever it is, you can be on multiple lists in multiple cities, multiple states, depending on your insurance. So if you know of anyone out there, any of your family members, yourself, that's on dialysis or looking to get on the transplant list, make sure that they're checking with their physicians and seeing, what else is out there, but just not waiting on the physician, going out, calling their insurance company, saying, what other transplant centers are we in network with?
And while they're doing that, make sure that you download the anti-inflammatory guide. The link is in the description of this video, and they're already working on being on an anti-inflammatory type of diet and lifestyle. So that way, when they're ready to get on when they're ready to receive that transplant, their body is ready and in a prime space to receive it. Because sometimes if you don't meet the certain requirements to be able to get the transplant, it's like, I waited so long, but you've been eating in a different way that doesn't say that you were on your way to that new kidney or that new organ that you say you want. So get your body ready for the things you say you want. If that's someone in need of a transplant for an organ, if that's someone who says, I want to have my own child, start getting your body ready for the things that you say you want. So you see it and you go after it. You have to meet your body where you want your body to be, and you have to take it there. And so you have to first start with your mindset and start making the decisions that align with the things you say you want. You want that transplant? Let's get on that anti-inflammatory diet. Start having that anti-inflammatory lifestyle. Start choosing the right foods for you. Grab the guide. Start the moving. It's free because we just want to help you. But let's start getting you towards the things that you say you want best and the things that you want the most, because you deserve nothing less. So go love you. Thank you, Mommy. Thank y'all for tuning in to another episode of the Nourish and Flourish Vibes Mukbang, where I smashed my pumpkin balls and my tossed salad with some hemp seed dressing, which was absolutely phenomenal, while I continue on my raw journey. And my mom had her protein shake from Just Move Supplements, Black owned, woman owned. She had chocolate cake.
Oh, yeah.
And she has this little device that I need to put on my Shopify store. So then you can be buying it from my store.
It's
and
good to travel with, I guarantee you.
Walmart. But yeah, if this seems a little overwhelming for you and you got the guide and you're like, I need a little bit more help, a little bit more guidance, click the other link in the description of this video. Let me know how you've been vibing, what's been going on. And let's get on a call so we can talk about how I can help you and what it is that you say you need, so I can help you on your healing journey, because it's all about you. I'm on mine and I want to empower you on yours. Ma, what you got for the people?
Remember, National Stroke Awareness Month. Stroke can be caused by a hemorrhage, which means bleeding, or it can be caused by a clot, which stops blood flow to a part of your brain.
We love you too.
We love you too. Usually, you'll see residual you'll see some type of facial drooping. You'll see some type of arms drooping. This is fast. You'll see some type of smile drooping. Or their speech is slurred, or they just can't get their words out. And then remember, time is of the essence. When did those things start? Remember, fast. You want to act fast when someone may be having a stroke. Face, arms. I'm going to test Giovanni. What does fast stand for, Giovanni?
Face, arms, smile, time.
Act fast. Love you guys. Make it a fabulous day. Hope you all got something from this episode.
Thanks for vibing with us, y'all.